When you are going on competition, you have to feel confident with your outfit.
Doing well by Angélina Lanza on the outside. Looks like she might actually get it. That's Lanza on the outside. He's picked up German.
When the camera are in front of you and if you are jumping and you are not feeling comfortable about what will people see with that outfit, and you shouldn't be thinking about this when you are performing.
Lanza takes it at a time of 26:31.
What would you tell to your younger self?
I love meeting my younger self, actually. I think I would have said,
hey everyone, Jamie here. Welcome to Flame Bearers Unedited, a brand new series bringing to you largely unedited conversation. We heard you loud and clear. You want to hear more stories of more elite women athletes from around the world. So let's jump in.
I am Angélina Lanza. I am a para-athlete from France.
And Angélina, how did you get into your sport?
I started sports a long time ago when I was a kid, actually, because I was an active child and I really loved running around every time, everywhere. And my father was like, okay, you want to run everywhere? You will have to make sport then. And I first started with soccer, but I was the only girl in the team, so I didn't really like it. And I wanted to make another sport. And my father taught me about athletics. And I started athletics and I tried different disciplines and I just fell in love with athletics.
You were the only female on the team. You tried to play soccer. Oh my goodness. What was that like for you? I can't even believe that.
That was quite weird because I think maybe I was 10 or 9. And you want to play, you want to enjoy the thing. And I think maybe because I was a girl that the guys didn't give me the ball often.
That's really frustrating. So I know you said that's when you found athletics. So talk to us about some of the ups and downs for you along the way, all the way through to the Paralympics.
I had to deal with different things. Most of them were injuries. Throughout my careers, I think I had an injury nearly every year. So that was really tough for me. But every time I learned and I grow from it, like, okay, what's the problem? What should I understand with that injury? And every time it was a different injury then. So that was an improvement. But yes, it was difficult on that case. So, also, I have also dealt with my mom passing away 1 year before the Rio Games. So it was really a moment for me because I chose not to go into work and not to study this year for preparing the games. And it was really harsh because I wanted her to be proud of what I achieved and what I was doing. And yeah, it was really a tough moment for me. And I have to deal with it by my own mostly because I didn't really feel at ease about talking about this because it would feel too real for me. And I was afraid of being just drawn by my emotions and that I wouldn't be able to overcome that phase of my life.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. I lost my dad, so I understand what that was like. I don't know what your experience was like, but I know how hard that can be. If you're open to sharing, how did you keep going during that time? Because I know you've continued, at least from the outside, to be incredibly successful. So how did you, if you're okay talking about it,
yes,
pick yourself up?
I think that really athletics and the fact that there was the games really helped me because I had this goal and I was really working so hard. This is like, when sometimes people just focus about work to avoid some bad situation at home or other cases. And I think I was kind of like this. I put all my energy and also all my anger and my sadness into trainings. And I was like, okay, I don't have another issue that's succeeding to make the team for the games.
You've had incredible success, Angélina. I know you're a 2-time European champion and a world medalist. You're a 3-time Paralympic finalist.
Yes,
is that right? So what are some of the things that you think most people get wrong about parasport that you want to correct?
One thing is when people say that it is complicated to understand para sports, because sometimes, depending on the para sport, the rules are different. And I just think that if the rules are clear and if people are educated about the rules of these special sports, of each event and of each discipline, it will be clearer for them to understand. It's like the decathlon in athletics. People just get to learn and get to understand the rules, and then they can enjoy fully the sports.
That's so helpful to hear. I think so many people don't take the time to really just understand the rules. Are there specific rules that you think people get wrong about your disciplines in particular?
I don't think people are making some mistakes about my discipline because most of the people I know, I explain them the rules, so there is no misconception. But sometimes what can be tricky for them is that in my category, I am with amputee from the arms, people with that are amputated by the arms, and I am not. So I have to explain them, yes, this is the same category, but there are also people with disease.
Now, I think of you as such an incredible leader within the world of sport broadly, but then also within specifically women's sport. One question that we like to ask people is, what is the future of women's sport that you would like to see?
I think first would be visibility, an equal visibility of women's sport than the men's sport visibility. I think it should be something that we are going toward in the future. And it will also, for me, lead to the equal pay of women. Because we know that nowadays there are huge difference of the salary of women and the contrary of men's salary. This is also something that I hope in the future will be tackled properly. And the third one is about the women's freedom of wearing what they want. I've seen a lot of struggle about women that were not allowed to wear specific outfit because this is not cute, or I don't know. I don't really know the reason actually, but I've read that these women didn't feel comfortable by wearing certain type of outfits. And for me, it shouldn't be a problem because when you are going on competition at high level or whatever the level actually, you have to feel free and to feel confident with your outfit and just to focus about the performance and not about your tracksuit, your leotard, or your outfit in general, because if you feel good, you will perform.
100%. For those who haven't heard of this before, can you give us an example of clothing that they have experienced that is uncomfortable or that wasn't working for them?
For example, in track and field, sometimes we have the choice between short and boomer or tracksuits. But sometimes the tracksuit is really V-shaped to V-shaped. It's really too short. Yes, and depending on the discipline, the events that you are doing, you are not feeling comfortable with that. And for example, I already had this kind of problem because I had one leotard and I was like, I don't feel comfortable and I don't feel at ease with that. And especially, for example, for long jumps, when the camera are in front of you and if you are jumping and you are not feeling comfortable about, okay, what will people see with that outfit? And you shouldn't be thinking about this topic when you are performing.
That's absolutely crazy. The idea of you being worried about what people are seeing when you're a world-class athlete.
And also the color of the outfit sometimes can be a real problem, like wearing a white short or white tracksuit, being a woman and you are scared about, okay, I have my period, how it will be and in front of the camera, and you're not feeling comfortable with that. So this is also a huge topic I think to tackle.
Such great points. You mentioned equal pay before that. Can you share a little bit about what that's like in France? Every athlete has such a different context in their country and their sport.
Yes, I cannot speak especially for each athlete because there are huge difference, and these differences are also more important within the para sports because as a woman in para sports, sometimes they are the biggest difference. But sometimes the pay between an athlete and a para athlete, or women athlete and a men athlete can be 3, 4, 5 times more, and it's difficult because you don't have a real explanation about that. Or sometimes the explanation is like, yes, but people don't really watch women's sports, so there are less money and less advertisement about that, so you don't have enough money to give to women. And that's not fair because you are training as hard as men. You are training and you are recovering and you are doing all the same things that men, but the reward is not the same. And I've heard also about the prize money sometimes, about the fact that men will have a prize money which is cash, and sometimes women will have some cute gifts.
No, I have not heard about this. So
yeah, there were some there have been some problem with that, and I've heard. I think it was one girl about ski was talking about that in the media and says, "I don't understand why the men get that prize of money, and for the women this is something totally different."
That's absolutely crazy. You need to feed yourself, so you need to live off this as your profession as well.
And
wow.
Even though you are not doing that for money, the impacts can be really huge about what is behind all that. Like, okay, it means that your performance isn't really important as the main performances.
There's a real signal there of a lack of respect and lack of importance.
Yes, and also the worth of women performances.
Angelina, one question we like to ask, what would you tell to your younger self? So if younger Angelina is sitting next to you, what would you tell to her?
I love meeting my younger self, actually. I think I would have said different things. One thing would be about not let people tell her worth, not let people judge what she's capable of or not, and that she's the only one to know that because she's the only one in her own body. So don't let people judge you about what you're doing, and it will help you with your confidence also. And I would also tell her to trust intuition. That is something that is really important. I think, and it really helped me being where I am today, because sometimes you just feel the thing, and if you let people tell you, okay, now that's crazy, blah, 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 then you don't trust yourself anymore, and it really will teach you to progress. So that is also something important. And I would tell her also that her passion for athletics would make her grow in a way that she wouldn't have imagined, and that she would have been proud of the woman that she had become.
I need to ask a follow-up question to that because you just gave me goosebumps. How have you grown from athletics? You said you'd be proud of how you have grown. So how have you grown?
I have grown from different ways, because when I started athletics, I was really a shy girl. I wasn't really confident. I often felt like I wasn't at the right place, and it really was uncomfortable. And thanks to athletics, it really helps me to be more confident first in my body, because it was at an age where I didn't really like my body, and I felt really different from the other girls that I was with and my friends, and I didn't understand. And for me, it wasn't a good thing to have huge muscles. So I was quite negative with my body. And I think being in athletics helped me because I was surrounded by other athletes. So with people who, some of them had the same body that I had, and some of them didn't. But there was some particularities, and I learned to accept that, and that my body would help me make performances, and this is important also. And I also grew by meeting wonderful people during my career. I met people who overcome difficult phases in their life who were able to tackle obstacles. And thanks to that, I also improved myself. I was able to understand that I was also able to overcome obstacles. I became more disciplined than I used to be. I didn't let people tell me what I was able to do or not. I became more confident in myself.
Wow, Angélina, so many incredible little gems in there. If, with your permission, I would love to circle back on one of them that we've heard from so many different athletes is this discomfort in your body because you're strong, you're muscular. What would you say for young girls today who are maybe having a similar body type to you, who are questioning that, who are looking at around them and seeing what's being celebrated in society?
I think accepting your body is the key message because, if you spend your time always comparing with other people, you will feel bad because you want something that you probably will never have. And also, you don't have the same life than your friends, that your colleagues, that your surroundings, or sometimes the people you see on Instagram. Sometimes it's not a reality. And one thing is, what your body helps you to make. And this is also something that really helped me when I was in a difficult period with my body. I was like, this body is muscular, but it helps me compete. It helps me, it allows me to do what I want, actually. And this is the most important thing for me.
Preach. Last question that we like to ask everyone is, what one action do you want people to take after hearing your story?
Wow. Maybe I would like them to think about what are their goals and what prevents them to reach their goals. Once they make a list, just to start, because the hardest part is really to start.
Thanks for tuning into Flame Bearers Unedited. If you like what you're hearing, please leave us a positive review on your favorite podcasting platform or YouTube. If you want to see more behind the scenes coverage, follow us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, whatever platform you're on, we're there too. Thanks, and we'll catch you on our next episode.